Dopamine is often called the feel-good hormone, but that's actually not quite true. Dopamine is really your brain's motivation chemical. Imagine you're playing a game. When you see a reward ahead, your brain releases dopamine. This doesn't make you happy yet. It makes you want the reward. That's why dopamine is linked to motivation, desire, and goal-seeking behavior. Every time you get a notification, win a match, eat tasty food, or even expect something exciting, dopamine levels can rise. Your brain learns, this is worth doing again. But too much stimulation can be a problem. Social media, junk food, gambling, and endless scrolling can flood the brain with quick dopamine hits. Over time, normal activities may start feeling boring because your brain gets used to constant rewards. Low dopamine can lead to low motivation, difficulty focusing, and a lack of interest in things you once enjoyed. The key thing to remember is this: dopamine doesn't control pleasure as much as it controls pursuit. It's the reason humans chase goals, build businesses, climb mountains, and sometimes spend 3 hours scrolling through videos they never plan to watch. In simple terms, dopamine is your brain's go-get-it chemical. Testosterone is often called the male hormone, although both men and women produce it. In men, it plays a major role in muscle growth, strength, energy, libido, and many physical characteristics. During puberty, testosterone helps deepen the voice, increase muscle mass, grow facial hair, and develop male features. But its job doesn't stop there. Even in adulthood, testosterone helps maintain muscle, bone strength, red blood cell production, and sex drive. It also influences confidence, competitiveness, and motivation, although personality is affected by many factors beyond hormones. Testosterone levels naturally rise and fall throughout life. They are influenced by sleep, exercise, diet, stress, body fat, and overall health. Low testosterone can sometimes cause fatigue, reduced muscle mass, lower libido, and decreased motivation. On the other hand, having extremely high levels doesn't automatically turn someone into a superhuman. The internet often exaggerates its effects. Cortisol is known as the stress hormone, but that's only part of the story. Your body actually needs cortisol to function properly every single day. When you wake up in the morning, cortisol naturally rises. This helps you feel alert and ready for the day. Without it, getting out of bed would be much harder. When your brain senses danger or stress, cortisol levels increase. This hormone helps release stored energy, raises alertness, and prepares the body to handle challenges. Thousands of years ago, this helped humans survive predators and harsh environments. The problem comes when stress never stops. Modern stress isn't usually a tiger chasing you. It's deadlines, exams, money worries, relationship problems, and lack of sleep. When cortisol stays high for long periods, it can contribute to poor sleep, fatigue, increased appetite, and difficulty recovering from stress. That doesn't mean cortisol is bad. In fact, it helps regulate blood pressure, metabolism, inflammation, and immune function. Think of cortisol like a fire alarm. When danger appears, it's incredibly useful. But if the alarm keeps ringing all day and all night, it becomes exhausting. In simple terms, cortisol is your body's emergency response manager, designed to help you survive stressful situations. Insulin is one of the most important hormones in the human body. Its main job is to control blood sugar levels. Whenever you eat carbohydrates like rice, bread, fruit, or sweets, your body breaks them down into glucose. That glucose enters your bloodstream and becomes a source of energy. But glucose can't easily enter most cells by itself. That's where insulin comes in. Insulin acts like a key. It unlocks cells so glucose can move from the blood into the body's tissues, where it can be used for energy or stored for later. Without insulin, blood sugar levels can rise dangerously high. This is why insulin is so important in conditions like diabetes. Many people call insulin the fat storage hormone. While insulin does help store nutrients, that's not its primary purpose. Its real job is managing energy and keeping blood sugar under control. Problems occur when the body becomes less sensitive to insulin, a condition known as insulin resistance. Over time, this can contribute to type 2 diabetes and other health issues. Think of insulin as the body's fuel manager. It decides where incoming energy should go and helps keep everything running smoothly. Without insulin, the body's energy system would quickly fall into chaos. Growth hormone is exactly what its name suggests, a hormone involved in growth. But its role extends far beyond simply making children taller. Produced by the pituitary gland, growth hormone helps regulate growth during childhood and adolescence. It supports the development of bones, muscles, and other tissues throughout the body. Many people think growth hormone only matters until puberty ends, but adults need it too. In adulthood, growth hormone helps support muscle maintenance, recovery, metabolism, and tissue repair. It works closely with another substance called IGF-1, which carries out many of growth hormone's effects. One interesting fact is that growth hormone is released in pulses, especially during deep sleep. This is one reason why good sleep is so important for recovery and overall health. The internet is full of myths, claiming growth hormone can magically transform anyone into a giant or instantly build huge muscles. Reality is far less dramatic. While growth hormone is important, Height is influenced by genetics, nutrition, health, and many other factors. Think of growth hormone as the body's construction manager. It helps build, repair, and maintain tissues throughout life. In simple terms, growth hormone helps your body grow, recover, and stay functional. Melatonin is commonly called the sleep hormone, but it doesn't actually force you to sleep. Instead, it tells your body that it's time to prepare for sleep. Melatonin is produced mainly by a small structure in the brain called the pineal gland. Its production is strongly linked to light. When darkness arrives, melatonin levels begin to rise. This signals the body that nighttime is approaching. As morning light appears, melatonin levels fall, helping you become more awake. This system is part of your circadian rhythm, which acts like an internal clock controlling sleep and wake cycles. Modern technology can interfere with this process. Bright screens, late-night scrolling, and artificial light may delay melatonin release, making it harder to fall asleep. Many people think melatonin works like a sleeping pill. In reality, it's more like a timing signal. It helps coordinate when the body should sleep, rather than directly knocking you out. Melatonin also plays roles in other biological processes beyond sleep, although sleep regulation is its most famous function. Adrenaline is the hormone behind the famous fight-or-flight response. It's what helps your body react quickly when something sudden or dangerous happens. Imagine you're walking down a street and a car suddenly swerves toward you. Within seconds, adrenaline is released into your bloodstream. Your heart starts beating faster, breathing speeds up. Blood flow is redirected toward muscles. Your senses become sharper. The body shifts into high alert mode. This response evolved to help humans survive threats. Thousands of years ago, it could mean escaping a predator. Today, it might help you react during emergencies or intense situations. Adrenaline can also be triggered by excitement. Roller coasters, competitive sports, public speaking, and thrilling experiences often produce an adrenaline rush. The effects are powerful but usually short-lived. Once the situation passes, adrenaline levels fall, and the body gradually returns to normal. People sometimes confuse adrenaline with courage. In reality, adrenaline is simply preparing the body to act quickly. Think of adrenaline as the body's turbo mode. It temporarily boosts performance, awareness, and reaction speed when rapid action is needed. Prolactin is one of the lesser-known hormones, but it plays several important roles in the body. Its most famous function is helping stimulate milk production after childbirth. That's actually where the hormone gets its name. However, prolactin isn't only important for mothers. Men also produce prolactin, just in much smaller amounts. One reason prolactin gets attention online is because its levels can temporarily rise after orgasm. Researchers believe this may contribute to feelings of satisfaction and relaxation afterward. Prolactin also interacts with other hormones, including those involved in reproduction and sexual function. Extremely high prolactin levels can sometimes affect libido, fertility, and hormone balance. The hormone is produced by the pituitary gland, a small but powerful gland located beneath the brain. Most people rarely think about prolactin because under normal conditions, it quietly does its job without noticeable effects. Like many hormones, problems usually arise when levels become too high or too low for long periods. Think of prolactin as a supporting actor rather than the main star. It doesn't receive as much attention as testosterone or dopamine, but it still plays an important role in the body's hormonal system. If you liked this video, we think you might also enjoy this one here, and let us know what video you want next.